You said it, not me. Siesta. Oh man. Okay.
I said clown. What the fuck? Someone sent a picture of Nidalee in a diaper to. No! 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 No!
All right. As we load in here, I'm interested to see how these lanes will go. It could go either way in these lanes, except for possibly top lane where York's probably gonna just knock Gnar over.
Alright, the game has started. Well, I hear the audio. I'm not actually put in to view it yet because beautiful Riot client is amazingly coded. There is no issues whatsoever with the W error in the slightest. Okay, there we go. 2, 3 seconds in, 4 seconds in on my end. I will order these as desired because I am learning and I am getting better. Okay, so...
You suck.
Fuck you.
You suck.
I'm aware.
Alright, so we have Lux. That's a bit interesting to see, as she's definitely going to go ahead and go for the Medjai. Lux is a very good abuser of the Medjai Soul Stealer, simply due to the ridiculous range she has. York is going to go ahead and start Mana Crystal. With the recent changes to costs, I believe you can. Yeah, you do have 3 potions you can purchase, so York can have a nice little buff from that. And there's a Cole on Tristana. Wants to, again, just get a lot of extra gold from farming.
Nidalee showing herself outside of the bush, and now they know.
Nidalee's how it takes some nice damage from the least in Q and auto.
She accidentally stepped a little outside of the bush, revealed herself.
Otherwise, again, pretty standard starts here. Actually, Machete is the pickup on Sejuani. Interesting considering Sejuani's attacks don't do that much damage. Machete only does lifesteal versus monsters. So if your attacks don't do that much damage, it's not that great, but who knows.
Here we see Burger and Fries actually away from the support role, leaving that to Fat Cats and moving up to the top lane. Interesting. We'll see how he favors versus top, please.
Well, Sejuani are going to go ahead and start the red buff rather than the Krugs. Bot lane opting not to actually do Krugs themselves. Interesting, but
I think that starting red buff isn't a bad idea because a nice spear at the start, because it makes it harder for Lee Sin to predict and try to invade.
That's true.
So if Lee Sin were to invade, you can throw him off by starting your buff.
In any case, Gnar is going to go ahead and get some poked by the York ghouls. That's going to probably happen for the remainder of this laning phase. York's one big strength is constantly just dropping ghouls on top of you over and over, which can become quite tedious to deal with as they just constantly keep coming at you.
He's definitely one of the more oppressive laners in the game. Very difficult to deal with.
Not as bad as dealing with Nidalee outside of laning phase. In any case, Tristana going to go ahead and just slowly push the wave forward. They're not going to try to push it back against it from the red side, as Vayne does not want to try to fight this early on, most likely.
Here we see York just sustaining through Gnar's damage and just harassing him. Gnar does have
Gnar's about to go into Mega, so he might be able to try to fight this here.
Yeah, Gnar does have a Doran's Blade to sustain a little bit. Question is if it's enough to actually hold out through the lane.
Nidalee gonna go and get pushed in here. Lux does have a slightly better wave clear thanks to her E. And I guess Nidalee didn't want to go to cat form and potentially get ganked and or hit by Lux binding, so...
Once again, we see Chicken Wrap going with a Cole, and then we see...
Lee Sin gonna go ahead and gank top here. There are minions here, but can you actually get the gank? Okay, Flash does go out, so that's gonna go ahead and get out safely.
We see Tristana starting with a Cole yet again, even against another Doran's Blade user. Interesting choice. But
I think Chicken Wrap just likes having a little extra gold from the Cole here.
You definitely cannot blame him for it.
Once again, Sejuani going to go ahead and opt to purchase the Hunter's Potion as the first item, rather than the jungle item itself. And is looking to potentially gank mid here. Nope, gonna go ahead and just get ward, looks like. Maybe take like a camp, I don't think that's a bit risky. Alright, yep, just gonna go ahead and put a ward out. Meantime, Nar has actually managed to outpush the York with thanks to the gank Lee Sin had put up there. A pause does go out. I'm not sure why. His game crashed. Alright then.
Oh, it looks like Sejuani. It looks like Sejuani did crash, and so he has to come back. You asked him beforehand. No one knows. Like, it's being a random pause. It's hard to tell. I mean, if someone gets a crash, if someone gets, it happens. I have to agree with Chicken Wrap. You can't really say that game crashed and type while dying, so I have to agree there. Unfortunately, things do happen. Unfortunately, the client's not perfect. I was wondering why he was standing still for a little bit, wondering if he was planning to hold off on a gank or what happened, but it's good that they got the pause off fast enough.
In any case, you're going to go ahead and go back to CSing under the tower.
We've seen Nidalee trading a little bit with Lux. Lux's mana is down. Nidalee's definitely winning the sustain war. Oh, and Nidalee's mana is starting to go down too, so we'll see how this goes.
Alright, well, Lee Sin is hiding in the bush, but I don't think he's going to find a gank as he's running back into the jungle. In the meantime, Vayne is actually having a 1 CS lead over the Tristana here.
Worth noting that Lux and Nidalee both have mana issues early, so we'll see how they work with that. Chicken Wrap taking some pretty hefty damage. Oh, and the third hit goes off. That is very painful. If Chicken Wrap stays in lane, that's going to be not safe for him. He actually has pretty big potential to die if he sticks around. He is hoping that his potion will be enough, though. Looks like Yorick's pressuring Nara even further. Yorick has a solid 15 CS lead. His Mana Crystal doing very well to keep his own self in lane.
Nobody's been able to go back yet other than the junglers, so we haven't really been able to see much in terms of pickups. So although York is going to go ahead and base right now, we'll possibly almost like to see a tier, maybe a cloth armor on top of that. I don't know how much gold he actually had. Let me check. He does have enough gold to buy some more items.
Looks like he's just
potions and a boots. All right, that's fair.
Oh yeah, no one can fault him for getting that.
Nidalee's out of mana now, actually. That's pretty risky. She's going to take a lot of damage from the Lux auto attacks and the passive proc. Lee Sin coming down into the bot lane, but Sejuani is here as well. They might try to bait this, although they're a little hesitant to bait this, looks like, as Chicken is going to go ahead and start basing. Actually, no, this could be a fight. They're a little hesitant to do this here. Sejuani actually does go ahead and recall. Lee Sin, however, did stay. This could end pretty badly, as Lee Sin doesn't get the Q off. Tristana is going to be able to get out of this, but Leona gets rooted by Soraka. Leona is trying to get out, but she gets stunned by Vayne, doing a lot of damage to Leona. She might be able to get out of this. No, Lee Sin does kick into him, and that is a kill to going to Lee Sin. First blood going to red team there.
Tristana tried to stick around to heal Leona, hoping to get Leona out safe and alive, but it was just barely not enough. Yorick stopping Nar's back right there and forcing him to stay in the lane, forcing him to stay through the torture.
Well, unfortunately, the one problem Yorick has is very powerful wave clear. As you can see, the wave is still pushing towards Yorick, despite him forcing Nar to stay a little longer. He'll probably base at this point now, a little farther into his tower. He's going to try to go and take a tower shot. He's going to take a lot of damage for that. I don't know if that was a good idea. York is going to take a lot of damage, but so is Nar. That was a very risky play from New York to try to stop that.
It was, but it looks like it panned out. He's trying to do everything to force Nar to waste time, not get gold, deny him everything, and just fully exert the strength, early game power of York Mori.
In the meantime, Nidalee went back to base, bought a chalice and another door and bringing those boots. So that's a nice little extra boost. Meanwhile, Nar has purchased a cowl, which is very useful against Yorick, as he will constantly get health regen off of Yorick's constant poke and harass.
Worth noting that Nidalee doesn't have any potions to help her sustain, so she has to rely on her heals to sustain, but that definitely can be enough. Looks like they are going to go on Vayne.
Oh, what is going on here? Looks, no, she's going to go ahead and get out of there. That's fine. Unfortunately, not enough damage to out-damage Soraka's heal. Lee Sin is going to go ahead and start the Krugs. Lux does have blue, but she's based with blue, so that's not going to have the full effect of blue in lane. Unfortunately, not the best time to take blue at that moment. Nidalee going to go ahead and try to steal the Scuttle of Crab and do a lot of damage to Lee Sin here.
If he lands another spear.
If he lands a spear, the spear is landed. He gets kicked away, but the Ignite was already put on him, so down he goes. Lee Sin a little confused about what just happened there. In the meantime, Chicken Rap getting absolutely demolished by Vane's massive damage from the true silver procs. As you're going to back up for now. But every time they back up, Vane's going to come back to full health thanks to the power of Soraka constantly healing. Nar is in Mega. He might try to look for some damage onto the Yorick here. No, he's going to go ahead and just get some CS down here. Meantime, Sejuani is going to go ahead and actually take the blue herself rather than give it to Nidalee. Nidalee, confident enough in the Chalice picked up to be enough mana for her.
Worth noting that within the first 9 minutes...
The Spear does land. He's going to do some damage onto her, but not enough to kill.
Especially with Lux's barrier and shield. This can be very difficult to pierce through that. And her Ignite's down too. But it's worth noting that in the first 9 minutes, blue team has a 500 gold advantage, which isn't really much, so neither team really has a solid advantage right now. No dragons are taken, no real gold lead. There's a 700 gold lead on blue team, but that's not really much. So first 9 minutes and things are relatively even. Oh, Chicken Rap getting condemned. Silver Gold Procs goes off. They're going to try to go on that chicken.
Off the way. Leona is going to take a lot of damage trying to disengage from this fight. That is a ridiculous amount of damage being put out. And every time they do that, once again, Soraka is going to go ahead and heal him back to full. The pinpoint is taken out, unfortunately for them.
Despite being taken quite a lot of damage from...
Hold on, Lee Sin is going to go ahead and try to get a kickoff. Gets a nice kickoff into right back into them. York taking a lot of damage, and down he goes to the Gnar, jumping in, bouncing right over his head. And unfortunately for them, that's going to go ahead and give a kill to Gnar.
Worth noting that while Chicken Rap's taking a hefty amount of damage from Vayne, he actually has a minor CS lead. Oh, looks like a gank is going off.
Engage. A beautiful ultimate on two of them. Down goes Soraka nearly instantly. Vayne is stealth, but that's not going to be enough, I don't think, as they're diving Vayne. The auto attack from and flash from Shisana takes them out. This would be a tower and possibly a dragon. Lux is roaming down, going to try to maybe snipe somebody. The fight goes out, but not enough damage to kill Leona.
Looks like Chicken Rap already had a minor CS lead over Yuma M, and while it wasn't too much, it was at least a little bit to show that despite the heavy damage, he was still holding his own. And then he also has a Cole, which means he also is getting a lot of gold.
Oh boy!
Getting a kill off of that, getting a kill off of the Cole, means he has a pretty hefty lead now.
This is a very risky play right now. Lux is going to be able to possibly poke at them from range, as Lee Sin is here now. Sejuani taking a lot of extra damage from Dragon. He's going to have to jump away from that, and that should be the Dragon saved from the blue team's attempt. Well, unfortunately for them, though, Tristana had to take the tower. Lee Sin going to probably try to get a gank off here. Here he comes. Can he get the kill? Tristana does ult him into the tower, but is that enough? That's a lot of damage taken from the tower. We'll be able to kill him. He will not be able to kill him as Tristana does take him out here, but here comes Lux. Gets the kill with the Lux E. The Q lands. That should be a very dead Tristana, and that is a kill going to Vayne and Lux.
Very beautiful outplay on Tristana. We can see Tristana had a lot of that premeditated and outplay Lee. Lee was looking to outplay Tristana. It came very close, and it was a very interesting duel. But after that, the Lux picked up a good counter, and so did the other. So that was a very interesting fight. Both teams pretty close together still.
Athena's is finished onto Lux. It's a pretty important item for her, as that's going to make her basically never run out of mana in laning.
It'll be interesting to see if Lux actually does go full Mage Eyes, or if she just keeps at the Dark Seal for a bit.
Oh, that's...
A Binding did hit!
Do about half of Nidalee's health. That's pretty painful for her. York actually went ahead and bought his mana immune very early, not too worried about taking too much damage from Gnar then.
As he shouldn't be, as 1v1 he's been out dueling him just fine. It's been mostly when he gets ganked that's been an issue.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and get jumped on by Leona. Leona gets a stun onto the Vayne, but Vayne cleanses it. She's going to go ahead and try to go in onto the Lux, or the Tristana here. Vayne's going to get exhausted here, taking a lot of damage. He jumps into the Vayne, but the exhaust goes out. I don't think they'll get the kill here. They might actually go ahead and keep going for this, but Jurassic gets so much damage. Here comes Lee Sin, incoming once again, trying to get another kill. The ward is still there for Lee Sin. Tristana's going to try to get the trade for the Soraka, but that's not going to happen. And Lee Sin kicks Leona away.
She does get the Soraka!
So, unfortunately for them, the detonation did manage to kill her off. Lux, in the meantime, has once again come down, but I think they're just going to go ahead and throw for Dragon here.
Very close game, well done by both sides. Anytime someone's about to get a kill, another one just manages to pick one up anyways. The only exception we've really seen is when Lee Sin ganked top and killed Yorick, and when Nidalee killed Lee Sin.
She's going to try to fight this thing with her spear, but not quite enough damage, and Lee Sin goes ahead and smites it.
And I believe that is the first dragon, correct? It is. It is in fact the first dragon. Red team has 1 dragon, and blue team has 1 tower.
Nar has to go ahead and go back to base. Even with the cowl, it's just not enough to survive York's constant ghoul spam. And Lux has once again gotten the blue. Lee Sin is going to try to get a gank off. Does miss the Q, unfortunately for him. So we'll have to go ahead and just run back into the jungle.
Here we see Leona trying to go onto Soraka, forcing a flash.
Lee Sin is with Lux here. Not sure what he's going to go for here, as Vayne just going to push the wave back in. Tristana is heading back to is heading towards the mid lane now. Going to try to take some CS while Nidalee's gone, looks like. And Vayne's just kind of just waiting for something to happen here, I guess.
Both teams still very even. No team with a noticeable lead whatsoever.
Unfortunately, trying to push into a Lux isn't exactly the greatest thing in the world here.
It appears we'll have to wait for the first team fight to really see how things go, but it's definitely a very thoroughly matched. That spear is nuke Soraka. We can definitely see Nidalee's at a very strong point right now.
Soraka is not exactly the tankiest target in the world, so that spear is going to do quite a bit of damage to them, unfortunately. The spear does land again. That's Soraka's getting pushed out of the lane there. Meanwhile, we have Sejuani looking for a potential ultimate engage here. Lee Sin has come in, tried to put some pressure here.
Sejuani comes in, ult comes out.
Vayne, they take so much damage. Tristana jumps in. Lux ult does go out, but doesn't really hit anybody. Vayne is knocked back with Lee Sin, and Lux is by herself. She's going to go down here to Tristana.
Very powerful Tristana ult. If it wasn't going to kill him, it was going to knock him away, so they couldn't respond, so they couldn't come to Lux's aid, and they were able to get a good kill on him. That was very well fought by the blue side team. Sejuani's initiation there was completely on par.
They should be able to take this tower down unless Lux is able to respawn in time. I don't think she will be. Nar is here trying to help, but I don't think it's enough. This tower is very low. Tristana will be able to take it relatively quickly. And down it goes.
Nar taking a second spear hit, however, Spectre's Cow will help protect him along with his Giant Spell. He is reasonably durable. It looks like he's going for, I would imagine, a Dead Man's, possibly a Sunfire Cape afterwards, but he got the early Spectre's Cow for a bit of MR.
In any case, York's going to go ahead and start putting more pressure onto the top tower. Soraka is going to come up here. I don't think it's going to be enough, but Nar is also coming. Looks like he's just going to want to walk away. He should be fine. Let's see here. Soraka actually went Ionians. Interesting decision. He does reduce the cooldown of Exhaust and Flash, which should help a little bit against the engage potential here of this team that they're facing.
We see Nar attempting to go on Yorick, and Yorick is backing off, not buying into it. Lee Sin's nearby, so it's a good thing that Yorick isn't. I'm still certain that Yorick could 1v1 Lee Sin, but I mean Nar, but not with Lee Sin around.
That's not really 1v1 anymore now, is it?
Of course, but I was assuming you had vision, which you didn't know.
In any case, they're going to go ahead and start pushing the tower. They might kick the tower right now with Soraka here as well. Sejuani's going to go ahead and potentially try to defend it. I don't know if that's a good idea. No, she's just going to go ahead and just ward it. Meantime, Vayne heading towards the mid lane. Put a pink ward down, I believe. And Nidalee just going to try to find a Lux. Not going to be able to do it.
Looks like they're going for the Rift Herald right now. Sejuani's coming up to check things out.
Yep, Sejuani is walking up now. They better take this up real quick as York is also coming in. They put a silence down, but it hits nothing. The Rift Herald goes to Nar. The beautiful 3-man Sejuani ultimate. The kick knocks Sejuani away. Lux is here, but they're going to jump away. But Soraka is unfortunately the sacrifice here. In the meantime, Chicken Wrap is pushing down the bot lane tower with the Leona. Vayne by herself. The Shiv did help clear the way just a little bit, but I don't think it's enough as they are getting Lee Sin's attention here. He doesn't have ultimate, but he could still jump in, so we'll see. Sejuani and Nidalee are busting both down here. They gotta do a lot of damage to Lee Sin. One more spear will be able to kill him, but no, not quite, actually, as he walks out very low.
Very
the
close.
Down for the distraction that Lee Sin was causing, as they're going to go ahead and walk towards the mid lane here.
Dragon does spawn in 40 seconds. Both teams need to be ready for this. Lee Sin should be healthy enough for this. So if Nidalee gets the blue buff here, that'll definitely help her dealing with... Oh, it goes to Sejuani. A fight breaks out, though.
There we go. Soraka's getting focused down hard here. Actually, Vayne goes in and gets the kill on Leona. Nidalee's going very low. Luxo goes out and hits everybody on the team. Shazana goes down as well, and now is chasing down the Sejuani. Rock's coming in. He's going to go drop it. No, Lee Sin gets the kill with the Q kick. York, in the meantime, is pushing top, but that should be the Dragon for red team.
What seemed like the game was starting to be won by blue team. Red team just totally turned it around, just showing that this game is not one-sided in the slightest, that anything can happen in this game. Yorick is creating very good top lane pressure, however, choosing not to teleport down and help, but instead create more map pressure. Interesting.
Time. Gonna go ahead and hit top. Try to stop that. He does have Baron buff still for just a ref tail, just for a little longer, but he's very low. I don't know about this play here. He's gonna go ahead and just run back to his tower, but he's gonna go ahead and get dove on. Flashes is forced by the Yorick's dive there. So interesting what happened there.
Definitely.
Vayne, I'm gonna go ahead and take bot tower there.
Definitely cannot underestimate Yorick's dueling potential. Yorick also has a 75 farm lead over Gnar. Definitely able to be seen there.
Lee Sin does get his red buff. Not sure if he'll try to get a gank off with it. Not sure if there will be a gank opportunity with it. In any case, they're going to go ahead and try to push back the lane towards the red side. No, so they're going to hit mid. Alright, that's fair enough. People are recalling now. Lux is heading back to the mid, so they shouldn't be able to get a push off here. Lee Sin actually gets a Visage as his second completed item.
Definitely not a bad idea. Visage now, if I recall, increases all heals done, correct? Yes, it receives all healing received, which means with the Soraka, that's quite a lot of healing done to him.
Tristana's doing quite a bit of work onto the tower. That's a huge damage chunk onto the tower just to Tristana. He jumps away from the Lee Sin, doesn't want to risk getting kicked into the tower. The binding does go out, and he does hit the Tristana. She's going to go down very quickly. Lux ult takes her out. Leona, meanwhile, is going to get chased down here by Vayne. A lot of damage. There's a kick from Leona. Sejuani tries to stop them, but that's not going to be enough as they're doing a lot of damage to this Sejuani. Sejuani's ult does go out in stuns, but cleanse is used. Soraka ult goes out as well. And they're just going to back up, getting 2 kills. Going to start pushing the tower most likely. Actually, no, the minions are unfortunately a minion to get through. They're going to take a little bit to get the tower. Meantime, actually cuts out Nidalee here. Nidalee in not the best position as she gets killed really quickly by the Lee Sin.
Nidalee making too much of a greedy play there, trying to get some poke off,
gonna go in
not
for this
worth.
Gnar looks like Gnar's gonna go ahead and ult, or at least he's gonna ult. Okay, well that was interesting. You are just gonna walk away from that. That was interesting during an event there. I kind of expected a Gnar to jump in and ult him, but whatever.
Interesting how the blue team had a pretty solid lead, and now the red team's coming back pretty powerful, although it's definitely not one from them, as both teams can still battle this out.
Alright, that's 2 towers taken for red team. They are definitely getting back in this game. They're actually ahead now from these interesting skirmishes that have been going on. Zeke is finished onto the Soraka. Once Vayne gets her affinity edge, that's 100% crit every time it procs. And there it is, 100% crit every time Zeke's heralds proc. That's a lot of damage from Vayne. And Lux has finished her Medjai Soul Stealer. This game is about to get real crazy. Right now, that's 70 extra ability power from the Medjais. Once she gets a death cap, well, just into the Ludens first. Once she gets death cap, that's just gonna do so much damage from the Lux. Dead Man's Plate is indeed the item that Gnar opts to go for. Gonna give him a nice little extra slow on top of his boomerangs. York, in the meantime, went Iceborne Gauntlet. A very good item in general for York. Any Sheen item really is good for York. Well, except Witchbane.
Sheen items are very good. Yeah, Sheen items are very good on Yorick, and any sort of extra crowd control, because he is such a utility champion as he transitions from a lane bully. Any extra utility will definitely help. I'd imagine getting a Visage at some point would be very beneficial to him, since Lux is on the team, but I'm sure he'll probably go for a bit of armor first due to Vayne getting fed. I'd imagine a Rainduin's Omen would be really good if Vayne and Lee Sin go on him. That would be very good. Gnar goes on him, he can slow him down.
Gnar actually keeping into the lane for some reason. Soraka takes quite a bit of damage from the Shiv proc and the Nidalee Spear, so Nidalee just kind of being Nidalee, throwing spears out. Very fun.
I feel like that Yorick should attempt to go randoms into Visage, but we'll see what he does.
They can't really push into this though because Lux is going to constantly throw E's out, clear the wave real quick. Once he gets Luna, it's going to be even faster. And then of course there's Shiv on Vayne for even more wave clear. But Gnar is almost in the Mega. They could try to force a fight with the Mega Gnar. Soraka, however, is very low from the poke that's been incoming. They got a root off on the Leona and Yorick. Not the best targets to root, but it's still damaged nonetheless as they the waves again once again pushes in. But this should be this will just be a stalemate. Gnar is actually going Mega now. He just goes ahead and pops it immediately.
I'm not sure if that was a wise decision. I feel like he should have held on to it a bit more. They weren't able to get an immediate engage off.
They actually got a Q onto Tristana. She jumps away. I don't think that she would have went in the first place, but it was a risk that he didn't want to take.
Oh, of course. He'll be back up against it enough.
Into the enemy pace. Dragon is coming up in 1 minute. That is the most likely objective they will go. They will fight for. Gnar's bar should be up by then as well. So. In the meantime, Vayne finds Nidalee in the jungle, but a little too scared to go in. Does not want to get Leona ulted. And they look to clear out some wards in the camps around the Dragon Pit. Lux, in the meantime, is just taking out a pink ward and pushing out the mid-wave as top lane is slowly pushing in.
Looks like going on Soraka and quickly bursts her down.
Soraka is very squishy. Gnar is going to go down really quickly. He doesn't get his Mega Gnar off. Judgewide ult does go very wild. Nidalee... Yeah, I'd like to do names. Alright, Gnar gets a beautiful 4-man ultimate. The Lux ult goes down, hitting so much AoE damage. Tristana is okay, never mind. As Vayne is alright, that was
Vayne managed to live, but Blue actually manages to win a team fight. Chicken Rap's team actually managed to come back. What seemed like them losing team fight again and again, they actually managed to come back and win one. It shows they are definitely not out. Both teams, every time it seems like one's losing team fights, losing objectives, seeming like they're gonna lose it, they just come right back and prove why they're still in this game, why they're in the quarterfinals. Or in the semifinals, and it is definitely a close game going back and forth. Although
he did land a beautiful combo from Gnar and Lux, it just wasn't enough damage, as they weren't able to finish off any of the targets. But Soraka being down early on too, that wasn't the greatest thing in the world, even with the Sejuani ult missing.
It is worth noting, however, that red team only has to get down the inhibitor tower, and they can have an exposed inhibitor, if not inhibitor. So that is worth noting that they have a bit of capabilities there, where blue team has to actually break through the inner tower before getting to inhibitor.
But they can do that very well with Tristana, that's for sure.
Oh yes.
In any case, Yorick slowly pushing down the mid lane, other lanes just slowly coming in. Blue team just base, so they got a couple new items. Tristana got Mortal Reminder, I believe that's that's actually the Grievous Wounds item. Interesting decision here. It doesn't actually work against Soraka, because Soraka's heals, Grievous Wounds only affects self-healing rather than all healing. Not sure if he knows that or not, but anyways. Frozen Heart is picked up on Leona, so Yorick is free to go for the Randuin's Omen, as that seems to be the next item he's going to go for. Lux still does a lot of damage, as we just saw. She took a hefty little 1/4 of her health from a Luxie. Soraka, in the meantime, going to take a lot of damage. That's completely blown away by Tristana. Tristana jumps in, but not going to find another kill here. Actually, never mind, because they're getting their ultimate combos off here. Looks like they're actually going to be able to get out just barely.
Wow, Nidalee spear hitting nothing.
A whopping binding and an ultimate, and Leona going down as well. Lux is just got a double kill, and they're going to go ahead and reverse that fight. That was interesting, to say the least.
Yorick is creating top pressure. It's just they're just having Yorick just create split push pressure, not really joining the team too much. More focused on creating a lot of pressure top lane, just keep splitting and splitting and splitting. We'll see how that works out for him, if it'll keep working for him. Lux with her Magi's and Loot is doing a lot of damage. Magi stacks are adding up. They have to get a kill on Lux. They have to start lowering those Magi stacks, and they need to keep that up, or she is going to spiral out of control. Trying to go on Nidalee here. We'll see if they can actually catch her.
Nidalee is rather mobile, especially in the jungle. They might not be able to get it. Alright, and I think they're going to be able to get it. And she just jumps over the wall, and they're going to go ahead and leave her be. In any case, interesting to see that the Soraka here got Eye of the Watchers, which is the upgraded version of Flightstone and the Gold Gen item, rather than getting the upgraded item for it. That's it. I'm not sure if that's going to work out for her, but I've never actually seen it in play. We'll see what happens here. Leona's going in onto the Lee Sin. I don't think it's going to be enough. He actually is forced to use his kick. Interesting. Don't think he was in too much of a threat, but alright.
The cooldown on Lee Sin's Q's, or Lee Sin's ult is pretty low, and since he has CDR from Visage, it's not too much of a worry. If he senses any threat whatsoever, he can afford to blow it and he'll be back up shortly enough. He's backing anyhow, so I don't think he's too worried about it.
In any case, Tristana, go ahead and push the wave again, but it's going to be forced away. Actually, they're going to go try to go in on her, but not enough people there. They're actually going to try to go Vayne. Vayne does dodge the Leona. Lux thought she was going to hit that, but she didn't. Completely whiffed everything on Chicken.
Created a complete field goal.
Oh, here we go. Sejuani going to go ahead and blow up the Soraka.
We see the Vayne cleanse come out for the Sejuani ult just as planned. We knew that was going to come.
Tristana is jumping in. He ults Vayne away to safety. Lux does get stunned. Nard is in Mega form. Could he get a Mega Nard? Lee Sin tries to kick him away. He pushes him away, but it's not enough as Lux is going to go down. Nidalee jumps for the Nard. I don't know about that as she's going to actually be able to get... No, never mind. Yorick does finish her off with the more amount of proc E. As Tristana gets out barely with any help.
Interesting to see there that, just as predicted, Vayne's cleanse did go out for the Sejuani ult, very heavily premeditated for that.
Time Dancer is the item of choice for Vayne, a very good item for Vayne, as the reduced damage is always helpful for her. Not sure if that's going to be enough against this team composition, as she might not be able to hit Tristana in these fights, as she seems to be the highest damage of the team. Sejuani's going to go ahead and finally sin, but I don't think they want to fight here. Vayne is actually going to come in, try to stop no, Sejuani's just going to dash away. Tristana, in the meantime, pushing down the bot lane. In a base after this, pretty low on mana. Yep. Yorick is opting to buy a pickaxe. Might be a Maw Malmortius, actually. That's not a bad item on him, but Mercurial Scimitar is finished onto Tristana. Helps to deal with those Lux bindings. At least once every what's the cooldown on this? Minute? Yeah, or 1.5 minutes. Alright. That's decent enough, I guess, for one team fight. There are 2 Randuins on red team. Interesting, I'd say. And just gonna go ahead and just slowly push the mid lane back up again. Dragon is coming up in 28 seconds. This is most likely their next objective. Not sure if they'll fight over it. They don't need to fight over it, I'd say, as both teams have... Well, red team has 2 dragons. So they might want their dragon just for the movement speed.
Tristana has a Mercurial Scimitar too now, which could be very useful for getting out of Lux binding before an ult hits to hopefully save her life. At least that's what she's counting on. We see a fight about to break out here.
To get caught out here. Lee Sin just kicked Tristana into Nard. Lee Sin's getting completely torn apart. He might be able to get out of here. No, he's not going to get ignited. In the meantime, Tristana does flash to kill the Nard, and then... What is that? Soraka is among 4 people and didn't die immediately. Leona gets stunned off onto Lux and gonna dash onto her, but Lux is gonna go ahead and shield herself, save herself from the damage. And Tristana's gonna go ahead and start pushing up top.
Leona went a little too hard on Lux there. There wasn't really gonna be enough follow-up. There wasn't gonna be a way that was gonna happen. However, some hefty damage coming onto the top lane tower. Will they be able to take it down? It's kind of risky.
They're going to go ahead and try to. Not quite just yet.
Oh, they're still going for it.
You can go ahead and... They're still trying to go for it, but they just don't have... They don't want to risk the Lux binding them under tower. This wave, it should go down to this wave, however, as here comes Nidalee, they just jump in and take it out. There is now an open inhibitor. This is very important. This is actually a good time for them to try to look for a potential dragon or maybe a catch out here, as Lee Sin is trying to find something here. But he's not finding the target he wants to, as he's going to have to back up here from the Nidalee and Yorick. Tristana, in the meantime, has basically healed to full thanks to the lifesteal from Mercurial Scimitar, as well as Warlord's Bloodlust. And people are just going to slowly clear out the waves. Dragon is still up. This is potentially what they'll go for now, if they don't find a pick again. And Leona is heading towards there to possibly put some wards out around it. It's a big wave bot. That's probably going to go to Tristana. She has one more item she can build here.
We see that blue team has a 6k gold advantage. They have an open inhibitor. It seems pretty in their favor. Doesn't mean that they've won the game yet. Looks like Lux is ulting in the dragon area to see if anyone was doing it. They were not.
Thankfully, her ultimate's on a rather low cooldown, so she can just kind of spam that whenever she wants.
Pretty much, just like Nidalee Spears.
Is York actually going for a frozen mallet? He does have Jerome's fist, so. Alright, red team is indeed going to go for dragon, while blue team opts to go for Baron. A teleport is coming in from York. I don't think they'll be able to get there in time. They do not have a speed boost item, so this is going to end rather interestingly. I don't think they'll be able to get there in time, but we'll be able to fight them after Baron. Baron is down. They're going to go ahead and look for a fight here.
If blue team wins this fight, they win the game with Baron.
They are blowing up Soraka so hard. Nidalee does go down to the Lux, but they're taking so much damage from the Tristana, from the back line. Vayne just cannot do enough damage as she is taken out.
Will she get the Penta? Will she get the Penta? She has potential. Quadra kill. Will she get the Penta?
Can't get it. I don't know. Lux is rather hard to kill as she is running for her life. The binding does go out and misses. That is really, really bad for them. The slow does go down. He's trying really hard for this kill, but I don't know if it's going to happen as Lux is pretty fast. Gets a slow off.
Oh, massive crit!
And he's going to go ahead and
he gets the pentakill! Chicken Wrap with the pentakill on Tristana and the League Tournament. The first pentakill of the FEK Tournament goes to Chicken Wrap.
Of all people. In any case, inhibitor. No, not actually, they're not. Tristana is way too far away. They're going to just get the inhibitor tower. At least in trying to scare them off a little bit. Oh, it kind of worked. I don't think he's very afraid of Lee Sin, unfortunately, for him. Tristana, in the meantime, pushing down the bot tower. Leona is rather low. This is pretty spooky. She's actually going to try to jump in on that. I don't know about that. He's taking so much damage. He might just go down here. He gets kills. Leona all goes out. But the crit from Tristana takes out the Vayne there. What a fight.
I feel like blue team could have ended it if they didn't chase, but
they're actually going again. They're going to try to kill Chicken Wrap, but Chicken Wrap taking no damage from the Lux ult there.
Just life-stealing way too much. The Mercurial Scimitar providing magic resistance as well. I feel like the blue team, Chicken Wrap's team, could have already won if they didn't chase for the pentakill.
They're rushing in. Soraka tries to do something, but that's not enough as he's going to go ahead and take it. Taken out. The leasing kick does go out, but that's not going to stop anything. This should be the game. And Chicken Wrap's team is going into the finals.
I feel like the blue team could have already won if they didn't chase down the Lux for the pentakill, but I don't think you can blame Chicken Wrap in the slightest.